Okay, good evening. Yeah, today I will review, I will review for our topic we have so far, so you can have uh, more understanding for this chapter about quadratic. Yeah, either it's equations or functions. Okay, so first thing that you remember, that you need to remember, always, you have to put the equations or the functions into this form. Jadi kalian pastikan ya punya bentuknya tuh harus ax kuadrat plus bx plus c gitu ya. Jadi the first terms should be of variables with a square. The second terms is the variable without the exponents, and the last part is only the constants. So none of the variables would be here. Yeah, so for example, I have some examples here, so I hope you can watch this video uh, thoroughly and get more understanding in this video. Okay, first, like this one, yeah, we have 6x squared minus 7x minus 3 equals to 0. Yeah, this is the basic form of the quadratic equations where we have one terms with an x squared here, one terms with only x here, and one terms without any x or as a variable. So this is the constant. Okay, so remember, if we're going to solve a quadratic equations, make sure we always find the a value, the b value, and also the c value. Okay, later on in the other example here, we also need to uh, arrange it, yeah, into this form and then find a b c. Okay, but let's do it one at a time. Okay, so for this example, uh, 6x squared minus 7x minus 3 equals to 0. A is the number in front of the x squared. Yeah, so we know of course that a is 6. As for b is the number in front of the x, but don't forget the number is must has the sign in front of it too. Yeah, so when there is a negative, don't forget to write the negative over here. Same goes to c. Yeah, it also the numbers, but also need to put the symbol here. Okay, so the a is 6, the b is negative 7, as for the c is negative 3. On the other hand, for the example on the right here, since both hand sides, ya, kedua ruas kiri sama kanan ini still mixed up. Left hand side has a variables, there is an expressions. On the other hand, for the right hand side, it also has another expressions. So let's make a deal that always bring everything to the left. Okay, so I'll do it here. So 5x squared minus 10x squared, and then minus 7 here when it goes to the left hand side. That means when the terms move to the other hand sides, that means we're going to change the signs, ya, the symbol. Jadi kalau pindah ruas, ya itu berarti tanda plus minusnya jangan lupa diganti. So minus 7 go to the left hand side become plus 7, plus x go to the right left hand side become negative x. As for the plus x squared, go to the left hand side become negative x squared. So what about the right hand sides now? Right hand side, since there is no more terms on the right hand sides, we can just write it as 0. Remember, when there's nothing left, then we can write it as 0. Okay, now I will arrange this. Ya, kita jangan lupa when we found a like terms means the letter and the exponent should be the same. Ya, don't forget to rearrange it and simplify it. Ya, jangan lupa diatur kemudian disederhanakan. So 5x squared minus 10x squared. The negative x squared here, I'll move it a bit here, and then minus x, and the last is plus 7. Why should I did this? So that the x squared should be in front, the one with x in the middle, and the one without any variables is at the back. Ya, jadi Mister atur supaya yang x squared itu di paling depan, yang hanya x di yang tengah, sedangkan yang tidak punya variabel di yang paling belakang. Okay, so now let's simplify this. Yeah, 5x squared minus 10, x squared minus x squared. When we deal with an algebra, an addition or subtraction with algebra, the variables will remain the same. Ya, jadi waktu kita jumlah atau kurangkan algebra, variabelnya akan tetap sama. Ya, in this part, the variable is the x squared. So I will write it just the x squared here first. Ya, jadi Mister tulis dulu, hasilnya akan tetap x kuadrat gitu ya. As for the number, we start to calculate it. Jadi kita mulai operasikan. It's become 5 minus 10 minus 1. Yes, an algebra expressions without any coefficients in front, we can consider it as a 1. Jadi kita boleh tulis sebagai 1. Oke, yang lainnya minus x dan plus 7. So 5 minus 10 minus 1. Be careful. Ya, 5 dikurangi 10 kurangi 1 itu hasilnya negatif 6. Oke. And minus x plus 7. So after we have an expressions where the x squared is only one expressions and the x is only one expressions, as also for the constant is only one expressions, then we can start to define the a, the b, and the c. Yeah. So the a, since the 6 here has a negative in front of it, I will write it as negative 6. As for the b, no number means it's a 1. Ya, kalau nggak ada angkanya berarti boleh dianggap 1. So it's negative 1. As for the c is 7. Okay, so remember guys, a quadratic equations can be solved when we bring everything to the one hand side. Jadi kita harus pindahkan semua ke salah satu ruas, ke kiri semua atau ke kanan semua. But in this case, just to make sure, to make it safe, kita selalu pindahkan ke kiri saja ya. So you not get confused with the explanations. Okay, now I will explain how to solve. Yeah. We learn 3 methods, right? We learn about factorizations. We also learn about the quadratic formula. As for the last, we also learn how to solve it using completing the square, where in the class I mentioned that you don't have to use the completing the square because it is sometimes confusing for some of us. Kadang kan membingungkan buat beberapa dari kita. Jadi ya better kita pakai yang aman-aman saja ya. For you who's not really good in factorizations, I suggest you memorize the quadratic formula. Okay, but I will show those methods here in this video so you can learn about it. Okay, for the one on the left here, I will use a factorizations method. As for the right examples here, I'll use the quadratic method. Quadratic formula methods. Okay, so here's the factorizations method. Okay, since we already have a, b, c, okay, the first method that I told you last time, multiply a with c, okay, which is 6 times negative 3, so that we got negative 18. Okay. Second step, use the negative 18 as a reference to define two numbers, which is P and Q. Yeah. And find a number where their product would be negative 18. Okay, where their product is going to be negative 18. But when we add it, that's going to be negative 7. Ya, jadi kita cari ya setelah kita dapatkan A kali C ini. Nah, kita cari dua buah angka yang kalau dikalikan negatif 18. Tapi saat kita mau jumlahkan, ya, when we multiply it's negatif 18. Tapi kalau dijumlah hasilnya negatif 7. Okay. Nah, you can use this T method. Of course, when the product is negative 18, or when the product is a negative number, one of the numbers should be positive, as for the other is negative. Jadi kalau hasil kali sebuah bilangan itu, hasil kali dua bilangan itu negatif, maka bilangan yang pertama positif, bilangan kedua negatif. Atau sebaliknya, bilangan pertama yang negatif, bilangan keduanya positif. Ya, dengan kata lain, dua bilangannya itu pasti beda. Okay, so let's find it out. Ya, kita coba ya. I'll use negative 1. Yeah, negative 1 times what number to be 18? Of course, times 18. Yeah, negative 2 times what number to be negative 18? It is 9. Negative 3, it's times 6. Yeah. And then since there is no more number here, negative 4, yeah, negative 5 cannot, negative 6 times 3, such this. When I found the number looks the same, only different signs, I will stop. So that means I will not use this. Ya, misalnya nggak akan pakai yang ini. Ya, I'll just focus with these three multiplications to find P and Q. Jadi setelah dapat tiga pasang, Mister cuma fokus di sini aja. Okay, let's check. Negative 1 times 18, it is negative 18. But when I added, waktu Mister jumlahkan, ya, kalau Mister jumlahkan ternyata hasilnya bukan negatif 7. Ya, when I added, it's not negative 7, instead it is 17. The second part, yeah, negative 2 times 9. When I add it, it is 7. Now, be creative here. Ya, jadi kita lebih kreatif. Karena ini angkanya sama, ya, because the number are the same, only they have different symbol. That means I put the negative on the wrong sides. Ya, jadi ini salah satu triknya supaya nggak kebanyakan cari faktornya. Karena tadi waktu negatif 2 kali 7, negatif 2 kali 9 hasilnya 7 kalau ditambah. Ternyata yang mau kita cari negatif 7, artinya Mister salah meletakkan tanda negatif. Harusnya mungkin di sini. Nah, berarti ini sudah betul ya. So let's choose plus 2 and negative 9. Okay, as the two numbers that we're going to use. Ya, kita pilih dua bilangan P dan I, yaitu plus 2 dan min 9. So the second step is until we can find P and Q. Ya, jadi berlatihlah untuk mencari P dan Q, because this step is the core. Ya, ini intinya ya. Is the core of this method. So what next? The next things we need to rewrite. Ya, we need to rewrite these expressions, ya, persamaan ini dalam bentuk seperti ini. A times X plus with the p we have, and then multiply with another a times x plus with the q we have, and after that we're going to divide it. Ya, we're going to divide it by a. Ya, setelah itu kita akan bagi dengan a. Now maybe some of you will asking, Mister, we only have one a here. Why have to we wrote it as ax and another ax? Why don't just we put ax here and without a on the other hand? No need to question it, ya, tidak perlu dipertanyakan karena ini adalah formula yang sudah Mister buatin seperti ini. Jadi kalau nanti dijelaskan lagi asalnya dari mana, it's gonna make it a long way to go. Ya, jadi lebih baik biarkan seperti ini. Jangan lupa ya ada a, so a, triple a, okay, and it is equals to 0. Ya, karena ini kita cuma merubah, ya, we only change the left hand side to this part. Okay, so let's try to substitute the a and the p, also with the q here. Yeah, we have a is 6x plus p plus 2. Yeah. Don't replace x with any numbers yet. X will remain as an x. Then ax plus q, so another 6x, but now plus q plus negative 9. Yeah. Plus negative 9. So to make it short, ya, untuk mempersingkat, plus negatif 9-nya ini langsung saja bisa tulis minus 9. Okay, and then divided by 6. It is 0. Okay, jadi ini kita cuma ganti angka-angkanya. A by 6, ya, because we have the a 6. P and Q is plus 2 and minus 9. As for the rest, just leave it like that. Nah, for factorizations, kita harus cari ya, di antara dua kurung ini, plus 2 atau minus 9 yang bisa dibagi 6. None of it, ya kan? Kalau misalnya ini Mister bagi 6, ya, if I divide it by 6, the 6x will be x, true. Ya, 6x-nya dibagi 6 itu jadi 1x, betul. But the plus 2 cannot be divided by 6. Okay? So, we cannot. Ya, jadi kita nggak bisa. Okay? Lalu, sebaliknya kalau misalnya pakai yang ini, 6x and minus 9, I divide it by 6. The 6x, again, it can be comes to an x, but the minus 9, ya, minus 9-nya nggak bisa dibagi 6 juga. So what we have to do when we deal with those two brackets cannot be divided by 6. Jadi, kalau dua-duanya nggak bisa dibagi bawahnya, gimana misalnya? Okay. So when the two brackets here cannot be divided by a, jadi kalau nggak bisa dibagi, ya, the 6 should be split. Ya, kita pecah 6 itu berapa kali berapa, ya, we have to find a multiplications that produce 6. Jadi kan kita dapatkan 2 kali 3. Nah sekarang kita coba, ya, the 6x plus 2 surely can be divided by 2, ya. 6x plus 2 nya pasti bisa dibagi 2, yaitu 6x dibagi 2 3x, sedangkan plus 2 dibagi 2 plus 1. So it works, ya, untuk yang ini bisa. Ya, what about the other one? Nah, coba yang belakang kita bagi 3. 6x dibagi 3 2x, min 9 dibagi 3 min 3. Oh, it also works. Ya, berarti ini juga bisa. Nah, kalau sudah penyebutnya bisa dicoret seperti ini semua, now we just need to write it. Ya, 3x plus 1 dikali 2x min 3 sama dengan 0. So then we can find that 3x, sorry, 3x minus 1 plus 1 should be 0, or 2x minus 3 has to be 0. Be careful with this. Yeah, it's still a bit long way to go. A bit algebra. 3x is 0 minus 1, so it's minus 1. Then the x is negative 1 over 3. Okay, and so this 2x it's 3, and x is 3 over 2. So then the solutions, or the roots, or the solutions line. The solutions has to be x is negative 1/3, or x is 3 over 2. Okay, so this is the result. Now, you might get it hard about the factorizations method on the second part and on the third part. So that's why we have a quadratic formula. Yeah, but in the quadratic formula, you will have to be careful with how you uh, substitute all the A, B, C things. Yeah. Okay, I will write it down. Ya, saya akan tuliskan rumusnya. So over here, to find x, to find the solutions of quadratic equations using the quadratic formula, since the variable is x, so it's x2. Get used to, biasakan untuk tulis dulu rumusnya. Yeah, get used to write down the formula. Yeah, because this is to guide, the guideline. Jadi untuk jadi acuan kalian. Okay, this is minus b. So when we talk about substituting the numbers, substituting the b, a, c with the numbers we have here, jadi jangan sampai salah. Karena kalau misalnya salah memasukkan angka, hasilnya akan berantakan. Okay, we have b is negative 1. So when the formula says negative b, it is not just negative 1. Okay, jadi kalau ini negatif b, padahal b-nya sudah negatif, nah tuliskan seperti ini. Negatif b. Okay, so we have two negative symbols. In this example. Jadi di contoh ini ada dua. And then negative 1 square minus 4 times a is negative 6, times c it's 7. Nah, ini hati-hati gitu ya. Be careful with this. Over 2a. Now, the disadvantage of this method is that you have to be really, really careful when you count it. Jadi ini harus hati-hati gitu. Okay? Let's try to solve this. It's 1, 2. Make it bigger so you can see it clearly. Negative, negative. That would be positive 1. Plus 1. So should we have to write the positive? Well, actually you don't have to. I'll write it here so for you to know that minus and minus become positive. Now this one, negative 1 square. Usually most of us forgot to write the brackets. Kadang tuh banyak yang lupa tulis ya. Jadi nggak hati-hati ya. Cuman tulisnya seperti ini, and then you got it minus 1, and it's ruin everything. Ya, seringnya itu bikin kacau hitungan kalian. So minus 1 square, I'll show you. Minus 1 square means minus 1 times minus 1. Yeah, that means the negative 1 that being squared, so the negative will goes to positive. So this is 1. And then negative 4 times negative 6 times 7, it is 24 times 7, it is 168. So it's positive then, yeah. So this will produce a positive number. There you go. 2 times negative 6 is negative 12. Oke, jadi kita dapatkan 1 plus minus square root 169 over negative 12. 169 itu adalah, kalau di akar, it's 13. Okay, so if we're going to find the solutions, we have to split it. Ya, dipecah jadi 2 dah. Okay. The first x, we use the positive part of the top. Ya, jadi seperti ini. So we got 14 over negative 12. That would be 7 over negative 6. Or you can write it as negative 6, negative 7 over 6. Yeah. Any of this, I'll still accept it. Yeah, saya masih bisa terima. As for the second part, for the solutions, we use the negative 13. Yeah, 1 minus negative 13 is negative 12. Negative divided by negative, it's a positive. 12 over 12 is 1. Okay, so then we have x1 is, for the solutions, x1 is negative 7 over 6, or x2, it's plus 1. Okay, yeah. This is 2 examples how we use the method. Yeah, I leave it to you to choose. Are you going to use the factorizations, or are you going to use the quadratic formula? Okay. Now, another example, yeah, another type of questions. Yeah. I choose this example to show you how to deal with it, because many students tend to make mistakes on these sections, yeah, this part. 2x minus 3 square equals to 9. Remember, when you have 2x something, yeah, an expressions being squared, yeah, don't get rush, jangan tergesa-gesa. Lalu ini 2x-nya dipangkatin 2, 4x kuadrat, minus 3-nya dipangkatin 2 plus 9, seperti ini aja. No, it is not. Ya, I'll encourage you, if you forgot about the formula, about the short method, better you rewrite it like this. Ya. Selalu kalau ada kuadrat, angka 3, dan seterusnya, lebih baik dituliskan perkalian berulangnya. Ya, repeated multiplications. And then you have to expand it. Okay, so 2x times 2x, yeah, it becomes 4x squared. As for 2x times negative 3, this is where I highlighted, Mr. highlight ini, supaya kalian ingat bahwa ini juga tanda plus minusnya dikalikan. It's become negative 6x. Okay, and this part, negative 3 times 2x is negative 6x. Negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9. Okay. Many of you sometimes already done with this. Yeah. But the next mistakes that most students did is on this part. They thought that negative 6 subtract by negative 6, negative 6 subtract by 6 is 0. Or even it's become an x, which is not. Yeah. They have a common term, ya, common variables, ya, yaitu sama-sama x. Berarti kita tulis saja x-nya dulu, ya, kalau kalian kesulitan. Lalu lihat negatif 6. Negatif 6 berarti jumlahnya negatif 12x plus 9. Ya. And somehow, kalaupun misalnya ini plus 6x dikurangi 6x, it is not x. No, ya, plus 6 subtracted by 6, it is a 0x. Harusnya kan 0x. Nah, 0x itu bukan x. Ya, 0x itu ya 0. Oke. Kalau 0 berarti nggak usah ditulis. Ya, biarkan. Oke. Okay, so then we have these expressions on the left now turns to be 4x squared minus 12x plus 9 equals to 9. Now it is in the quadratic equations, so that means we need to bring everything on the right to the left hand sides. Ya, karena ini persamaan kuadrat, berarti kita butuh, ya, kita perlu memindahkan semua yang di kanan, ya, ke sebelah kiri. Ya, plus 9 dipindah jadi min 9. Nah, so the expressions now becomes like this. Okay. Now after we have the expressions on the left, ya, setelah kita punya statementnya di sebelah kiri dan sebelah kanannya sudah 0, always selalu tentukan ABC-nya. Okay, the A is 4, the B is negative 12. What about the C, Mister? We don't see any numbers behind. Jadi kalau nggak ada ya tulis saja. Kan? Ya, when we don't have any constants ya tulis saja 0. Nah, I leave this to you to practice. Are you going to use the factorizations, or you're going to use the quadratic formula? But I'll leave the answer for you. Yeah, x can be a 0, or the x, that will be 3. Yeah, please try it. Try. Okay. Same goes here. Yeah, when you have some things on the right, always bring it to the left. Okay. But this is what I mean, yeah. The quadratic equations we have is ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. As we see here, we have something with x squared here, so we got the a, it's 2. But the b, there's nothing here with x only, mister. So when there's nothing, again, it is 0. Ya, jadi kalau nggak ada, ya tulis 0. Ya. Jangan salah, b-nya bukan min 8. The b is not the negative 8. Negative 8 is the c. Ya, karena c itu adalah yang tidak punya variabel, nggak punya huruf. Jadi biarkan itu punyanya c. Okay. Nah, practice with this. Use the quadratic formula if you want to, or the factorizations if you feel challenging by the factorizations method. Then later you will get the x. It's plus 2 or negative 2. Yeah. Okay. This part is the first sections about the quadratics. Yeah. It's about the quadratic equations. Okay. I hope you can digest it. Make sure you stop the video to practice with what we have. And okay, let's go to the next part. Yeah, here I prepared for you another part about our topics we have about functions. This part, the functions, well, I'm not going to talk too much about these things, about domain range things. I just want to let you know when they talk about domain or the range. Okay. So when we have functions expressions, jadi kalau kita ada fungsi yang dinyatakan dalam bentuk seperti ini, ya, who's the domain? The domain, Ya, domain itu adalah variabel yang dipakai di persamaannya. Okay, a variable that is used in the expressions. So for example, fx is 3x squared minus 5x plus 6, for example. So what letter you see? Huruf variabelnya yang sering dipakai apa ini? Adalah huruf X. Oke, X. Ya, walaupun ini ada kuadratnya, tapi huruf yang dipakai adalah huruf X. So that means the domain is talking about the X. Ya, the domain is the X. Ya, X-nya itu di angka berapa sampai berapa. Okay. As for the range, range is about the result of the functions. Ya, jadi hasil fungsinya berapa. Ya, this is the range. Okay, let me give you some short example here. For example, ya, contoh, fx it's 3x plus 7. Let's say I have x is 3, x is negative 4, x is 0. Those x that I mentioned before, ya, x yang bisa sebutkan ini disebut sebagai domainnya. This is what we call as a domain, ya, as the domain of these functions. Ya, this is the domain. Contoh ya, contoh domainnya. What about the range? Now, if I have the domain is 3, negative 4, and 0, then I can find the range by put it in the functions ya. Jadi x-nya bisa ganti bisa ganti 3 ya. Okay, make it a bit clear here so you're not confused. Okay, since I have fx is 3x plus 7, so when the domain of x is turned into 3, berarti huruf x-nya yang di sini semua Mister ganti 3. Ya, kalau ada x lagi yang lain ya Mister harus ganti juga. Okay, so you got it. 3 times 3 it's 9, and then plus 7 it's 16. F negative 4 means all the x you change with negative 4. Negative 12 plus 7 it's negative 5. F0 means we replace x by 0, yeah. So it is 7. Yeah, 3 times 0 is 0 plus 7, of course it's 7. Yeah. So even though we have the functions is 2x squared minus 5x plus 1. So when they give us the domain, kalau mereka kasih domain x-nya misalnya min 1, ya. So f negative 1, we're going to find the range here. Yeah, we replace all the x by negative 1. Ya, huruf x-nya saja yang diganti. Semua angka lain yang ada di expression-nya nggak diganti. Ya. Minus 5 ya tetap minus 5. Nah, x ketemu x lagi bisa ganti min 1. Okay, such these things. Jadi jangan keliru mengartikan ya. Not just the first x to be replaced, but all the x should be replaced. Nah, hati-hati kalau sudah bisa mengganti ini, hitunglah yang benar. Okay, 2 negative 1 square it's 1. Negative 5 times negative 1 it's plus 5. Nah, hitunglah dengan hati-hati supaya hasilnya benar. There you go. So when the domain is negative 1, the range is 8. Okay, this is the range. Okay. that's what I want to explain a bit about the functions here. Yeah, so I'm not going to talk a lot about this. Let's go to the next things. Nah, ini contoh ya. Fx is 5x plus 3. So when f4 minus f to negative 2, yeah, then what's the result? Ya, supaya kalian nggak bingung, ya, for you not to get confused with these expressions, you can do it separately. Find f4 first, and then go to find negative 2. Yeah, for f4 means I need to replace all the x in these expressions by 4. So it's 5 times 4 plus 3. It is 20 plus 3. So it's 23. Okay. As for the f negative 2, so that means 5 times negative 2 plus 3, it's negative 10 plus 3, it's 7. Nah, berarti kalau misalnya, for example, we're going to f4 minus f negative 2, f4 we have it as 23. As for f negative 2, it's 7. So just change it ya. Jadi karena kita tahu f4 itu 23, ganti aja f4 di baris berikutnya diganti 23. Dikurangi f negatif 2-nya diganti angka 7. Sehingga hasilnya 16. Okay, so we have these expressions, it's 16. Ya, this is easy. Ya, ini gampang. Yang berikutnya adalah ini ya. The functions fx. Nah, ini yang this type of questions that confusing a lot. Ya, banyak yang bingung karena can be because you don't pay fully attention when during the junior high schools, yeah, or they don't give enough exercise, nggak cukup banyak dikasih latihan. Okay, fx is x squared minus 2x, and given that fa is 8, find two possible values for a. Yeah, let's ignore about this part first ya, kita jangan hiraukan yang itu dulu. Okay, let's go about this one. When fx is x squared minus 2x, okay, so when it comes to fa, that means the letter change from x into a, ya kan? Jadi hurufnya berubah nih dari x jadi a. Berarti ya expressionnya juga seperti itu, change it into a, but don't change the other numbers ya, huruf sampai yang ganti hanya huruf x-nya saja, angka-angkanya nggak usah diganti. Okay, x square become 8, square minus 2x become minus 2a. Ya, jadi kalau fa itu bentuk ekspresinya adalah a kuadrat min 2a, karena kita cuma ganti dari fx ini ke dalam huruf a. Nah, given that fa is 8, nah berarti sebenarnya fa ini bisa kita ganti 8 gitu kan. Tapi supaya kita nggak bingung, bisa tulis di sini aja ya. Jadi a kuadrat min 2a itu hasilnya adalah 8 di soal ini. Oke. Nah, berarti kita punya a kuadrat min 2a sama dengan 8. Nah, ingat lagi tadi yang di in the beginning of this video we talk about quadratic equations. Ya. Bedanya apa sih Mister quadratic equations sama quadratic functions? Quadratic equations itu bisa dicari penyelesaiannya, ya. Only the solutions is gonna be specific, ya. Tapi kalau functions itu hasilnya bisa banyak, macam-macam, depends on the domain, ya. Atau kalau gampangnya functions itu ada ininya nih, ada fx-nya, ya, ada gx-nya, pokoknya ada huruf dalam kurung domainnya apa. sedangkan yang ini nggak ada. Ya. Nah, quadratic equations, that means we can use the steps. Remember, move everything to the left. Ya, pindahin ke kiri semua. Nah, here, after we have these expressions, don't forget to state A, B, C. Nah, this is gonna be hard kalau kita nggak tahu esensi dari quadratic equations, ya, about A, B, C things. Ya, kita nggak bisa expect bahwa variabelnya harus selalu huruf X. Ya, kadang dia hurufnya A, kadang bisa hurufnya B, kadang hurufnya P, dan sebagainya. Nah, ABC yang kita maksud di sini, yang mau kita tuliskan, itu adalah angka di depannya variabel. Okay, the number in front of the variables we have. Nah, karena di persamaan ini, ya in these expressions, the variable is in a letter, nah dalam huruf A, berarti ya cari saja angka di depan variabel yang kuadrat. Itu punyanya A. Ya, so this is 1a square, so it's 1. As for the B, itu adalah angka di depannya variabel yang angkanya 1, yang enggak kuadrat. O berarti minus 2. As for the C, ya, the constants or the last part, those without variable, so it's negative A. Oke. Nah, lalu kita cari solusinya ya. X. Nah, sorry, X. A1, 2 is. Nah, tapi to make it for you to easily to understand it, kalian boleh kok tetap tulis sebagai X. X1, 2. Ya, kan rumus ABC ini ya. Minus B plus minus B square minus 4 times A times C over 2A. Nah, lagi-lagi saya mau ingatkan, jangan lupa tulis rumusnya dulu. Lalu masukkan, ya, carefully, minus B. The B is negative. In front of the formula, we have another negative number. Jadi ini negatifnya double, gitu ya. Jangan sampai salah. Minus 4A is 1, C is negative 8, 2 times 1. So we have X 1 and 2, it's plus 2 plus minus 4. Nah, ini dikalikan dulu ya. It's plus 32 over 2, so that we have 2 plus minus 36 over 2, which is 2 plus minus 6 over 2. Nah, sekarang kita cari ya, 2 possibilities. 2 plus 6, 2 minus 6, so we have 8 over 2, it's 4. And as for this, it's negative 2. So the possible value for A, jadi dua kemungkinan nilai A-nya adalah hanya 4 atau hanya min 2. Ya, nanti diulang lagi about the explanations here. Okay. Now, the next part I'm going to talk now is about the quadratic functions. Okay. Quadratic functions that we have, yang Mister mau ingatkan adalah, ingat ya, quadratic functions form expressions, bentuknya selalu fx sama dengan ax kuadrat tambah bx tambah c. Bedanya dengan quadratic expressions, kalau quadratic expressions equals 0, ya, sama dengannya 0. Kalau yang ini bukan. Oke, fx, ya, f to x, jadi fungsi x-nya sama dengan ini. Jadi ini bukan 0. Oke, tergantung mau nilainya berapa. Oke, nah, remind you when we graph, ya, waktu kita menggambarkan kurva dari quadratic functions, Mbak diingat-ingat lagi ya. Nah, nanti kita bisa tanpa harus cari detailnya semua, we can define where the graph is going to face. Ya, kita bisa tahu grafiknya itu akan menghadap kemana. Is it facing up or is it facing low? Ya, ke atas atau ke bawah. Nah, when you have the expressions of the functions with the a is positive, jadi kalau a-nya lebih besar dari 0 atau a-nya positif, then the curve is going to facing up. Ya, contoh. This is just an example ya. 3x kuadrat tambah 5x min 7. Nah, contohnya seperti ini. Karena a-nya positif, maka pasti facing up. Oke. Sedangkan when the a is negative, ya, kalau a-nya negatif, maka dia akan kebalik ya. Jadi nanti dia akan seperti ini. Nah, misalnya these things when the a is negative ya, kalau a-nya negatif. Contoh, y sama dengan min 2x kuadrat tambah 5 misalnya. Okay. So the next things, yeah, besides these two about a to define where the curve is going to facing, ya, phase 2 mau menghadap kemana, ya, berarti kita juga lihat ini ya, yang satunya adalah about the discriminant. Ya. Nah, ada 3 kemungkinan dari kurva ini terhadap sumbu X. Ya, kalau tadi ini kita hanya lihat, ya, we just only see is the curve is going to face up or going to face down. Kali ini kita lihat is the curve going to intersect the x-axis. Jadi kita mau lihat apakah kurvanya ini, grafiknya bakal intercept on 2 points, or maybe just meet at a single point, or the curve is not meeting at any points ya of the x-axis. Jadi nggak akan kena x-axis sama sekali, atau mungkin cuma kena 1, atau mungkin kena di 2 titik seperti ini. Nah, how to define it? Bagaimana cara menentukannya tanpa harus mencari nilainya dulu? Ya, without we have to know the point coordinates ya. Nah, caranya adalah dengan discriminant. Okay. The discriminant. Okay. So when the discriminant, where the formula of discriminant is b squared minus 4ac, when d it is greater than 0, or when the d is positive, then the curve is intersect the x-axis at 2 distinct points. Ya, di 2 titik yang berbeda. Kalau d-nya sama dengan 0, the curve is meet the x-axis at a single point, at one point. But when the discriminant less than 0, yeah, the curve doesn't meet the x-axis. Oke ya. Jadi kalau misalnya diskriminannya lebih besar dari 0, maka curve-nya bakal memotong sumbu x ya, lewat di sumbu x di dua tempat, 1, 2. Tapi kalau sama dengan 0, hanya di satu titik saja. Tapi kalau lebih kecil dari 0 diskriminannya, maka nanti kurvanya tidak kena sumbu x. Nah, jangan salah, do not have a wrong perceptions. Ya, the d more than 0 is not always like, enggak selalu menghadap ke atas ya. This is just one of the examples. Jadi bisa juga nanti kurvanya misalnya seperti ini. Meet at two different points, or maybe the curve is like this. Ya, pokoknya ada juga yang menghadap bawah. Jadi tergantung A-nya kemana dulu ya. In my drawing here, I choose the A is more than 0. Ya, di sini misalnya pilihnya yang A lebih besar dari 0. Okay, this is about discriminants. So let's move to the example. For example, I have fx. It's 2x squared minus 7x plus 6. For example, like this. I want to know without drawing. Ya, misal pengen tahu tanpa harus menggambar. Is this function's graph? It's gonna be satu. Apakah kurvanya akan menghadap ke atas atau ke bawah? Ya. A. Where the curve facing? Face to. Second one, is the curve intersect x-axis? If yes, how many points? Nah, nanti pertanyaan yang C baru kita cari ya. Define or state the coordinates. The intersections. Nah, kita lihat dulu ya. Tanpa harus gambar dulu nih ya. Where the curve face to? Nah, kita lihat. Quadratic equations 2x squared minus 7x plus 6. I need to define A, B, and C. Ya. Berarti A-nya adalah 2, B-nya minus 7, C-nya adalah 6. Nah, karena A-nya, since A is greater than 0 or A is positive, then the curve is going to be U-shaped. Pasti akan bentuknya seperti ini, gitu ya. And then the B. If the curve is going to intersect x-axis, kita cari tahu apakah akan memotong sumbu x atau enggak nih. Now we can use this discriminant formula, and let's find out. The B is negative 7. 4 times A times C. Yeah, we got this is 49. This is 48. And the D is 1. Nah, D-nya 1. Nah, since D is 1, walaupun kecil ya, it is more than 0. So, the curve intersects x-axis at two distance points. Ya, pasti akan memotong di 2 titik. Oke. Nah, state the coordinates of the intersections. Nah, kalau memotong x ya, if intersects x-axis, then y is 0. Maksudnya apa nih, Mister? Nah, kalau kita punya fx sama dengan 2x kuadrat min 7x ditambah 6. Nah, y itu, ya, the y, itu sebenarnya adalah si fx ini, gitu kan. Ya, let's say inilah. Y itu y is the nickname, gitu ya, nickname. As for fx is the complete name. Jadi ini hanya untuk permisalan namanya aja. Jadi fx ini bisa kita tulis y sama dengan 2x kuadrat min 7x tambah 6. Nah, karena y-nya 0, gitu kan, 2x kuadrat min 7x tambah 6. Nah, quadratic equations. Jadi kalau y-nya sudah atau fx-nya sudah ada nilainya, maka ya, then the functions will turn into a quadratic equations, not quadratic functions anymore. Ya, jadi kalau fx sudah dikasih tahu nilainya, itu jadinya namanya persamaan kuadrat, bukan fungsi kuadrat. Oke, nah kita cari penyelesaian ini, ya. Dan cari nanti dengan rumus ABC, ya. Kita tadi sudah dapat A-nya ya. A-nya 2, B-nya min 7, C-nya 6. Masukkan ke rumus ABC aja supaya aman. Pastikan jangan salah hitung. Make sure you don't make a silly mistakes as like a miscalculate. Yeah, in this moment I want to remind you, please practice with your multiplications here. You're on grade 10. Make sure the multiplications like such as 1 times 1 until 10 times 10, you can do it without your finger. Pastikan nggak pakai tangan lagi, ya. Because if you do, kalau masih seperti itu ya, you don't have enough time to solve the questions later on. So it's 7 plus minus 1 over 4. Mr. Why it's not a square root of 1? Yeah, it is square root of 1, but since the square root of 1 is 1 itself, jadi Mr. sudah langsung Mr. nggak tulis, ya. So we got x1 is 7 plus 1 over 4, and that is 8 over 4, and we have it's 2. So we're together. X2 is 7 minus 1 over 4, itu 6 per 4, and it's 3 over 2. So, is it done? Not yet. Ya, the coordinate should be state. Ya, harus dituliskan dalam bentuk koordinatnya. Koordinat dituliskan x-nya dulu, baru y. Karena x-nya 2, jadi x-nya 2, y-nya berapa? Y-nya kan tadi di sini sudah disebutkan. Y-nya 0. Ya. Ini juga xy. X-nya 3 per 2, y-nya berapa? Nah, berarti ini intersections-nya adalah di sini. Oke. Ya. After this, I'll show you about the graph itself. Nanti kita tunjukkan gambarnya. Nah, satu lagi, ya, the last things before I forgot about turning points. Ya, turning points. The turning points, yeah, I use these symbols, so you're not confused with, ya. XS, rumusnya adalah min B per 2A. What about the YS? ys itu sebenarnya adalah nilai y, ya, it's actually a y value got from the functions where the x replaced by xs gitu. Ya, ada yang menuliskan dengan rumus seperti ini, minus d over 4a. If you want to use this, go ahead, but ya, kalau nggak ditanya discriminant sih kadang Mister I won't use this formula, kecuali sudah ditanya d-nya ya boleh dipakai. Okay, but let's find it out. From the functions we have on the example, where fx is 2x squared minus 7x plus 6, so the b is negative 7. See, double negative ya, jangan lupa. So the symmetrical x is 7 over 4. Okay, and then for the ys, itu adalah fungsi x yang x-nya diganti xs. Jadi dia akan jadi 2 dikali xs-nya yang dikuadratkan, 7 dikali xs-nya yang dikuadratkan, plus 6. Yeah, as you see here, it's the same with top here, only the x now has an s. Okay, so ys itu adalah 2 times 7 4 square, 7 over 2 plus 6. So ys is 49 over 2, 49 over 8 minus 49 over 2 plus 6. Yeah. Then you start to solve this. Oops, sorry guys, this is over 4. My bad. Okay, so when you solve this, it's going to be negative 1 over 4. Yeah, you might try ys using minus d over 4a. Before we already count the d, yeah, the discriminant is 1. So minus 1 over 4 times a. Sorry, this is 8. And minus 1 over 8. Such this, yeah. Okay, I'll show the graph, but before that I will change it into a decimal so you won't get confused when you see the drawing. Okay, so the turning point here is 1.75 and minus 0.125. This is the turning point. And then for the intersections part, we have x is here, 2 0 and 3 over 2, 2 0 and 1.50. Okay, so let's find out. Okay, let's go to GeoGebra to make sure of it. Okay, here we go. The GeoGebra. I will start to rewrite the functions. Yeah, y is 2x squared minus 7x plus 6. Here we go. We have 3 points already being pinned here. Now let's see. Okay, I use the tools to state the points. This one is for A, this is for the B, As for the externums, I'll just use this. Okay, here we go. Okay, 1.50, 20, and 1.75, negative 1.25. 20, 1.50, 1.75, negative 0.125. Okay. Yeah, I hope this video will help you a lot, guys. Hope it's not quite long. Uh, please practice well. Yeah, the questions from the test later on, it's not far from this, about finding the solutions, finding the roots. Roots is the intersection to x-axis. Yeah. Solutions, just finding the x, discriminants, and the turning point. Okay, God bless you everyone.